How do you know which position in a company you need to hire the next person for? Do you just go by gut feeling, or do you have a particular process for that? Today I want to share with you a single most effective tool that will give you clarity on this topic. Hey, this is Volodymyr. If this is the first time you're watching my content, welcome. Make sure to connect on me on LinkedIn and subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep your business not only recession-proof, but also pandemic-proof. The tool to measure your company and which person you need to hire next is organizational chart. Pretty boring, right? In fact, you almost have to build an organizational chart. And here's why. Let me give you a particular example. When you're having a small team, let's say you have a pizza team. When they say pizza team, it means the team that has amount of people less or equal to amount of slices in your pizza, which means like up to 6, up to 8 people in your company. They are all interconnected, meaning they talk to each other, they can report to each other because there's not much to overhead. However, the moment you start scaling, the moment you start having 10, 15, 20, 30 people in your company, this becomes a mess. Because there's going to be a single leader, the CEO, who needs to get direct reports from their people. And when you don't have a process, when you don't have a hierarchy of people, which can be achieved by organizational chart, what happens is you have 20 direct reports. And I can say it's not sustainable. You won't be able to keep up with 20 direct reports for even a month. If you don't know what the organizational chart is, it is a diagram that looks like that. As you can see, there is a direct correlation between people, and you definitely see which person, which one of those boxes is reporting to, right? Who's the direct, let's say, supervisor? Who's in charge for taking information from this person and passing it to the next level? This way, let's say you can have, let's say you're writing a copywriting agency. So you have 100 copywriters. You have a huge volume, right? Well, you need to have content managers, content leaders, because you cannot take direct reports from 100 people, right? So instead of that, you have 10 content managers that take reports from all of these copywriters. So this way, you divide the number of people who report to you by 10. This is first thing, is you definitely see which one of those layers lacks people. If you have too many direct reports, organizational chart solves this problem. Another topic that covers the org chart is which person to hire. When you get started, especially if you have a team, let's say of 10 or 15 people, the moment you draw this chart, you will see like, oh my God, I'm actually filling like 7 positions in my company. I'm the salesperson, the marketer person, quality assurance, project manager, content manager. I'm actually everyone, right? And it's not a surprise, and it's quite normal when you're just getting started. However, you cannot allow this to stay when you scale. So let's say you're filling 7 positions and you just start hiring people for some other positions. So let's say maybe you're in a software business and you handle project management, sales, and marketing. Who do you need to hire next? Just more developers? Or maybe you actually need to start thinking about your marketing strategy, about hiring people to get your time back so you can focus on more high-end tasks. The funniest part I find in especially first-time founders is when they start building this org chart, if they know the general structure of how the company needs to look like. There needs to be a financial department, marketing department, sales, delivery, customer support, all this stuff. They actually notice that some of those positions are like empty. Even you don't actually fill those positions. And this is the funniest part, because the moment you see this, you get clarity. It almost clicks for you that, okay, I need to hire for this position next. And this is one of the primary purposes I encourage all the entrepreneurs that start to scale their company to build the org chart as soon as possible. So try it out. Build your organizational chart, because it takes like 2 hours of your time to actually build this. But you'll get so much clarity on what to do next with the people, you'll thank me later. Remember, business is a game of strategy. You need to know what to do next to prevail. And guessing is not a strategy. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video.